Hey, welcome to another Looking at Stuff video. And, oh, look here. Some carpet. But, I have more than carpet to share today. I have, can you guess? You just saw the shadow. Also, if you were looking at the title of the video, you probably already know. It's another Fangoria. This is the second and last of the Fangorias that I've managed to preserve from my childhood. This one is issue number 149. It was from January. And, what year? The year should be here somewhere. Am I just missing it? What's going on? Let's check on the binding. No? That's weird. Normally the year would be right here. Oh, 1995. Okay, so the main feature in this one is winning free video games. Also, From Dusk Till Dawn. That movie, when it first came out, blew everyone away. No one had seen a vampire movie like that. But I'm not really a fan anymore. The Tarantino and Rodriguez talk about it. It's a big deal. And then the polar opposite style of vampire movie over here, genre. We'll get to that in the issue. And then Vampire in Brooklyn. That's Wes Craven's movie with Eddie Murphy. Leslie Nielsen as Dracula, Dead and Loving It. So all the best 90s vampire movies. Okay. Vamps. Oh, it's a comic. I was wondering what that was. Editorial about Euro horror. Weekend of Horrors from 1996. Oh wow, they had Lucio Fulci there. John Saxon. Clint Howard. Brian Usna. Tom Savini. He goes to all of them. Good luck finding a convention without Tom Savini. I've never been to any of them. I just know. What all do they have here? Dealers, of course. Costume contests. Bordello of Blood. That movie's fun. I'm sure when I saw this back in 95, I had no idea what this was. Christmas chopping. Comedy. Let's see, what can you get? Books. Books like Sleazy's Creatures. And more gore score. More books. Necroscope. Makeup School. That's Pumpkinhead. Predator. gosh, look at this realistic sculpture of a blonde woman. Oh, this is funny. So this little blurb here, Skeletons in the Closet, is about actors who are successful now, more mainstream, but they have like a bad movie in their past, and they're covering Jason Scott Lee because he just had he played Bruce Lee in Dragon, which was a pretty big deal when it came out, but the first thing I ever saw him in was Ghoulies Go to College. And I am one of the few people I know that really likes Ghoulies Go to College. I think it's the best of the Ghoulies movies. It is truly entertaining, has interesting characters, good writing. It manages to layer its subplots very well, and Kevin McCarthy. Orphans of Gore. So I went through a phase in my mid-20s when I wanted to watch all of the more artistic horror movies. And, that means also a lot of the pretentious horror movies and European stuff. And so I watched quite a few by this guy, and most of them I didn't like. But the one I liked the least was this one, Vampire Orphans. It's pretty obnoxious. These girls just kind of go around. They slink around biting people, and then they do this, and then they just slink around some more, and there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, Verlaine's movies are really all about the atmosphere rather than the story or the characters, really, but sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. It works best in this movie called, I think it's called Iron Rose, whereas these people who get caught in a cemetery and weird things happen, they just kind of keep wandering and running around this cemetery. Very strange. Anyway. The Hot Blood series. Kinky cocktail of sex and horror. Intoxicating stories for every taste. Featuring writers like I didn't know Brinky Stevens wrote. So she's Brinky. She's a B-movie actress. She's in like Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama. Yeah, I know. That was up for an Oscar, wasn't it? Another Phantasma Books ad. Ooh, Horror Arcade. Horrorcade. I didn't play any horror games until the PlayStation, Resident Evil. This was from Wes Craven's blaxploitation phase, or his I don't know how to, but he definitely seemed to want to do stories about African Americans, so he did Vampire in Brooklyn and People Under the Stairs. And I don't think Vampire in Brooklyn really works, but People Under the Stairs is a great film. Joe Blasco. More makeup training. This movie's so funny. a sex machine. So I actually like the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series. It's actually really good, and they get Jake Busey to play Sex Machine, and he's so funny in that role. The Mangler. That's a Tobe Hooper movie. Another one that most people don't like, but I think is actually really good. It's a very strange dystopian movie. And this one is another Tobe Hooper movie that's most people don't like, but I actually think it's really good. It's very different. It's more of an erotic thriller. Oh, Castle Freak. Stuart Gordon. I don't know. I used to not like it, but it's grown on me. I've never seen this one from beginning to end, just parts of it. And then, of course, other model kits. I thought they just came done, but do you have to paint them? I don't know. Collect and display your own gallery. Model figure kits. Every Screamin' kit boasts superb detailing, dynamic pose, and stunning likeness. Okay, I guess they require some assembly, and painting. So you do have to paint them. This is kind of misleading. They make it look like they're all beautifully painted. Look at this. I'm not going to be able to paint it that good. Believe me. Michele Soavi. Udo. There he is. Some friends of mine went to a horror convention about 10 years ago, and Udo was there, and he was trying to get anybody, men or woman, to go back to his room with him. He just wanted sex. Nobody would go. Mortal Kombat t-shirts. Pass. Gothic sculptures. Yeah, I think we saw that in the last magazine. Brigitte Lahaye. She has an unusual face. Mark Frost. So he, of course, is best known for co-writing Twin Peaks with David Lynch, but he's a pretty awful writer, I think. I don't know how David Lynch got hooked up with him. The Fangorias from the early 90s and the 80s just had such better ads. Like, my cousin used to lend me his Gorzones and Fangorias, and they used to have all these masks you could buy, and like prosthetic eyes, and contact lenses, and just cool stuff. These ads are lame. Most of them are about learning special effects. Science fiction continuum. Hong Kong action. Ooh, they have Chinese ghost story. Mr. Vampire. Armor of God. That's my favorite Jackie Chan movie. Okay, ads. What do we got? Ghoul School. As featured on the Howard Stern show. In the tradition. You can't quite see that. In the tradition of H.G. Lewis, Psycho Sisters. Shatter Dead. Now there's no room in heaven either. You know what that's a reference to? It's George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. The Dead Next Door. Howling Wind Music Productions presents Trilogy of Horror. Damsels in Distress. Custom tapes. Blood. Screams. Babes. Femme fatale, sexy horror, comedy, sci-fi, and magic cards. Autopsy video, actually. That was in all of these. Sexy Cindy Crawford video. 83-minute video. All on Sexy Cindy. Send $17 to Richard Stouty in Arizona. Wow. I don't remember there being classified ads like this before. Mold making guidebooks. Need a distributor. 12-inch talking Crypt Keeper doll. Crazy stuff. What do we got over here? I know I just skipped a bunch of ads. What else do we got? Let's take a time to look at them. Mask, props, and body parts. 3D wall sculptures. Graveside Entertainment presents Rare Soundtracks, Goblin Hits. We have here exploitation for sale, movie props, prosthetics, young composer for hire. I don't have his name, but Torrid Productions in Oakland. Have up here horror movie poster screensaver. Each screensaver costs $45. Man, no one was paying $45 for a screensaver. That's crazy. Freak. Back here, Skeleton Warriors for Sega Saturn. So I used to watch this cartoon. It's like from '94, and this was the bad guy. I think his name was Baron Dread, maybe. the action figures, which were some of the nicest, best sculpted action figures I had ever seen. I wish I still had them, but I don't. Sega Saturn. It's only 20 minutes, let me tell you. Sega Saturn. So I was a huge Sega fan. So I thought when Sega Saturn was going to be my next system, and they had a new video store just opened up in my town. There's normally just one, but suddenly there were two. It was called Super Videotech, or Club Videotech. I think Super Videotech. And they had a large space and a sitting area. And in that sitting area, they put a PlayStation and a Sega Saturn, and you could rent an hour to play any games that they had on the system. You had to pick one, Saturn or PlayStation, and then you could just go grab whatever game was in store. And I did the Saturn, and it sucked. And I never wanted to play PlayStation because I thought PlayStation was a stupid name. It sounded very, I don't know, Fisher-Price. But, and then I played Resident Evil on the PlayStation, and yeah, that was the end of my love for Sega products, I'm afraid. Became a PlayStation man at that point. Anyway, so that's it. This is a shorter video, but thanks for watching. Alright. And if you are enjoying these videos of mine, please do let me know. What would you like to see? And also, of course, that's not an oven mitt. That is like, subscribe, share your thoughts, share the video, however you want to engage. Just, come back and chill out with me again. Bye now.